Good morning, I'm Doug Brody. On behalf of the Rangiwahia Community, I would like to welcome you to today's virtual ANZAC service. Due to the current situation of our COVID-19, this year we pay our respects to the ANZACs from our individual bubbles. We trust you are all safe, well and managing during these difficult times. And now we have the ANZAC address.
Today we commemorate the first ANZAC Day of a new decade. Some may question why we continue to mark a distant war which concluded more than a century ago. The answer lies not in our wish to eulogise a single conflict or to glorify a particular action. Rather, ANZAC Day remains relevant because it provides the space to reflect on Aotearoa New Zealand's enduring hopes for unity and the sacrifices we have made and continue to make towards peace. It reminds us as New Zealanders and our nation as a whole possess the innate fortitude necessary to overcome the severe challenges that COVID-19 presents to our people and our world. 75 years ago this year, the Second World War, the conflict which shaped our modern society, ended. It is also appropriate that on ANZAC Day 2020 we hold front of mind those New Zealanders who took part and were affected by this most terrible war. Around 140,000 New Zealand men and women served overseas on land, on the sea and in the air. At home we faced disruption, rationing and anxiety about loved ones for more than 5 years. Many of us today feel similar anxiety about those close to them, and all of us have been affected by the necessary restrictions and disruptions to public life and social contact. It is a sad reality that with every passing year, fewer veterans remain to share the day of remembrance with. However, what does not diminish is the enduring impact of their service and sacrifice on their families and nations. This is what we remember today. In 1945, New Zealand played a valuable role in the establishment of the United Nations, strongly supporting the principle of collective security. The declaration we made then to stand together in the face of aggression while also working together to find solutions to the social, economic and cultural problems of the world continues to guide us as a nation today. However, we choose to engage with ANZAC Day. Let us ensure that we remember our individual and collective experiences of war. We also reflect on our enduring commitment to remain steadfast in the face of adversity and to uphold the values of humanity and compassion. In doing this, we will best honour the legacy of all those who have served in our nation and continue to be united as a community. From the Right Honourable Dame Patsy Reedy, Governor-General of New Zealand.
Prime Minister the Right Honourable Jacinda Ardern's message for ANZAC Day 2020. I extend my greetings to everybody commemorating ANZAC Day today. Across the nation, while we cannot gather in person, we join in spirit as we remember the service and sacrifice of New Zealanders in times of war and crisis. Many New Zealanders have been affected by war or know somebody who has. Returned and current service personnel, friends and families of the fallen, New Zealanders who have come to start a new life here as refugees. Through ANZAC Day, we are all connected. It is a day to reflect on the many ways in which war has shaped our communities and the myriad different perspectives and experiences among us. ANZAC Day 2020 has a special significance because this year marks the 75th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. There are still some in our communities who served in that war, and I hope New Zealanders will reach out in our thoughts to these brave veterans who were part of the fight against tyranny. We are privileged also to have still among us veterans from J-Force, from Malaya, Korea and Vietnam, as well as from subsequent conflicts and peacekeeping efforts. I have spoken before of the deep concern we must all share that so many nations still face threats to the security and welfare of their people. This year, a new threat faces all nations as the impact of the coronavirus deepens worldwide. As we face these significant challenges, we remember the courage of those who have served in the name of peace and justice. And we remember the responsibility we all share to look after each other in difficult times, to make Aotearoa a place that stands up at home and in the international community for the values of inclusiveness, kindness and compassion. ANZAC Day is a time to reflect on the contribution made by each and every New Zealander who has served in the war and conflict. Over the decades, it has become a time also to reflect on who we are as a nation and the values that we stand for. I encourage all New Zealanders to connect in thought and remembrance on this special day and to help ensure our many stories continue to be told.
Please stand for the national anthem.
The Lord upholds all who fall, and raises up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look expectantly to you, and you give them their food in due season. You open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, gracious in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him. He also will hear their cry and save them. The Lord preserves all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and all flesh shall bless his holy name forever and ever.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen.
Boer War, Trooper J. O. Dwyer, World War I, Rangiwahia, Private A. E. Hall, Private H. G. Lay, Private V. Little, Private K. Mackenzie, Private G. Mackenzie, Private J. H. McGlennigan, Private R. L. H. Martin, Private O. A. Rose, Private L. G. Stevens, Private H. V. Palmer, Private H. T. Bryce, Private C. Goodwin, Lieutenant S. B. S. Menteith, Lieutenant C. Watt, Second Lieutenant M. G. Curry, Sergeant W. McIntyre M.M., Lance Corporal W. G. Ellington, Lance Corporal S. J. Paul, Trooper J. J. Levin, Trooper A. H. McMinn, Trooper M. H. Sweet, Mungarimu, Private E. Cunliffe, Private R. Howie, Private F. Arland, Private H. MacDonald, Trooper G. C. Jackson, Ruahine, Private J. A. Thompson, Lieutenant C. Forth Mackenzie, Sergeant A. Wisnowski, Private J. Morton, J. Haltane, Private R. Evans, Kawerawera, Private R. Stent, World War II, Chaplain R. N. Z. N. C. F. Webster, Petty Officer H. H. Beard, Petty Officer D. A. Todd, First Sergeant J. A. Cowper, Corporal J. J. Stourbridge, Private R. C. Hancock, Private L. E. Cotter, Private K. P. O'Dwyer. They shall not grow old, as we are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we shall remember them.